So another week of January has passed and still we have no Nintendo Direct. And many have given up the hope when it comes to having a Nintendo Direct in January following the upload of another Yoshi story trailer with the release date being for March 29th. We got the reveal of Dragon's Dogma, which is also coming in April for the Nintendo Switch. And recently we also got the confirmation of the release dates for Final Fantasy X, X-2 and Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. Are these just small reveals that Nintendo is trying to get out before they drop a massive direct on us? Or do we actually have to wait for March? And until I started recording this video, I was actually thinking that maybe they want to save up things until March, because that's when things get rolling. We see already with the releases, April looks to be a big third-party month for Nintendo, with Mortal Kombat 11, with Dragon's Dogma, with the 2 different Final Fantasy titles coming to the system. So one of the reasons for the, delay of the Nintendo Direct from last week to this week is that the Consumer Electronics Show was taking place in Las Vegas last week, and we also saw a lot of different announcements coming from third-party developers, and the fact that we also have a Mortal Kombat presentation on January 17th. So could it be a good bet in this regard that we will see the Nintendo Direct on Thursday, the 17th of January, which is the same date as the Mortal Kombat 11 presentation? Who knows, maybe we'll hear more about also the SNES games that have now been datamined in Nintendo Switch Online. Maybe that's why they have been waiting with all of this. The way this seems to be going is that, yes, there's a lot of third-party announcements, and those are things that maybe they want to keep away from a Direct, but at the same time, it doesn't look like they have much for February and March outside of Yoshi's Crafted World. Or do they? Because one option was to have a regular Nintendo Direct. The second one is to have a massive Nintendo Direct. Like, you could say one that is maybe unrealistic to expect. But then again, this is no regular Nintendo year. 2019 is probably one of the most ambitious years for Nintendo like ever. Which other year has a new Yoshi game, a new Fire Emblem game, a new Animal Crossing game, a new Luigi's Mansion, and the Pokemon game in the same year? I can't remember a year that has been this promising. And this is things we already know going into 2019. There are a lot of things that Nintendo still are working on and that they probably want to show off. So what if this Direct actually takes place and will take place in this upcoming week and will include some mind-blowing stuff? I know, I don't want to hype up people for disappointment or for a Direct that will not be, but I'm just saying that if Nintendo would want to go for a Nintendo Direct at this point, it has to be really, really impressive. That will say bring a very big third-party game just to begin with it, and then show us some games we haven't seen in a very long while, say Bayonetta 3 or Metroid Prime 4. Where are those games? We know that Bayonetta 3 is progressing really well, but what's going on with Metroid Prime 4? That's something we would love to know, and then just follow up with a reveal of Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. That would be a mind-blowing announcement. And the same goes with the Zelda franchise. We haven't heard anything new from the Zelda teams. Like, yes, we had Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition last year, but that was just like the original game on the Wii U with all the DLC. Now we're talking about a brand new remaster, and yes, there have been hints about Skyward Sword HD. We have been talking about the Zelda HD Trilogy Collection, because we need to remember that Zelda's 33rd anniversary is about to come up on February 21st, and for that month we don't have any Nintendo games. The next Nintendo game we have after New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe came out last Friday was that we have Yoshi's Crafted World coming at the end of March, while this whole gap from the middle of or the first half of January all the way to the end of March is completely empty. There are no Nintendo games there. Maybe Nintendo has hidden something away, just like they did with Majora's Mask a few years ago, or Twilight Princess HD, and we would be getting Skyward Sword HD along with a bundle of the 2 Wii U ports, that being Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD, because I think those games could sell way better on the Nintendo Switch than they did on the Wii U. These are the type of announcements we can expect. Type of new Animal Crossing gameplay trailer, or actually a gameplay reveal, because what we got was a CGI trailer with title drop. We don't know what this Animal Crossing is even called, so that might be a good way to start off the Direct. It's just, oh, this is the Animal Crossing game, looks amazing, full HD graphics and also on the go and on TV, and then we get a title drop. I don't think we'll get a release date. That's probably something that is more reserved for like E3 or another direct in April, but I think it's time for a gameplay reveal. We got it for Luigi's Mansion 3, we didn't get it for Animal Crossing, and I think that's something they could really bring into this direct if they are going ambitious, because that's the only reason to have a direct at this point. Get the small announcements out and bring on the big guns. Because Nintendo really aims to dominate this year. We have already seen that with the current lineup, but it looks like the most stuff is coming out first in the second half, that being Animal Crossing, that being Luigi's Mansion 3, that being Pokemon, and I think that there might be even more gaps that could be filled out. Usually they save this kind of stuff for E3, just like we had with Super Mario Party in 2018, but I have a feeling that we have a big announcement coming and a brand new game being revealed in this Nintendo Direct. Let's remember this. A Nintendo Direct in January means that they have a long gap until the next big reveals come at E3. In fact, it's a 6-month gap, which is perfect for Nintendo because they didn't reveal any new games at the Game Awards. They just announced the Joker DLC, and it may be a little bit too soon to show off Joker gameplay or to reveal another character, or maybe this could be a perfect opportunity for us to focus on non-Smash things, because Smash has been dominating the Nintendo headlights and since pretty much the last Direct, which ended with the reveal of Isabelle from Animal Crossing in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a fighter, and then we had a whole Super Smash Bros. Direct on November 1st, which is the last Nintendo dedicated presentation, and even at the Game Awards, the only thing they did was Smash. 2019 is not just about Smash, it's about bigger titles, it's about new titles. And now that we have had the first remaster out of the way, we pretty much only have new games. We have Yoshi's Crafted World, we have Fire Emblem Three Houses coming, we have Animal Crossing, we have Luigi's Mansion 3, we have Pokemon Switch games that are coming this year and that we know about already now in January. So what else will this year bring? Well, maybe Bayonetta 3, maybe Metroid Prime 4. Of course, if we get Metroid Prime Trilogy HD in the spring or something, then it could be actually possible to get Metroid Prime 4 in the fall if they have been working on this game, say, from spring or late 2016, because the game would already be, say, 2 to 3 years into development, and as we all know, Metroid games, especially Metroid Prime games, that's the typical development cycle for that type of game. So if it ends on a 2019 and then they just move on to showing the Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, that would be cool. If they show 2020 and show Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, that will also be cool. Of course, it means another year of waiting, but at least we know that 2020 will have some very, very big games. And then there's the question of what new stuff they could reveal. Well, there are multiple possibilities. Some stuff they would like to say for E3 or an April Direct, but I have a feeling that they want to bring some of the announcements, especially for new spring games, now in January, because we have January, we have February, we have March, April, and pretty much release date for Fire Emblem Three Houses must be a given in this Direct, now that we have gotten the Yoshi's Crafted World release date in a Nintendo tweet or upload to Nintendo's YouTube channel. What I would say overall is that I think we could be in for a big surprise at the end, just like we had with Smash Bros. Ultimate in the first regular Nintendo Direct in March last year. We could see another big game being revealed, maybe even coming out this year. And that's a question that many are keeping in mind. Like, could it be Pokemon? No, that's more likely in a Pokemon dedicated presentation and Direct, which is cool. We could maybe have that in, say, February or March. But even then, if they decide to reveal it there, awesome, really cool. But what if we finally get to see a Retro Studios project? And it's a game coming out this year. That would be very, very cool. I have a feeling that the games that will be revealed at E3 this year, unless we don't have a Direct, of course, now in January, only have one in March before E3, then I think that we could see one of those E3 type reveals. And we know that Retro has been busy, and if we get a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, well, then of course we can't expect the new game to be shown until, say, E3. But other development studios have also been in the works, and like, you never know, we could suddenly get the announcement of another, say, Zelda in the style of Ocarina of Time. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the unpredictable part. You never know what Nintendo will bring up in terms of new games. It could be Pikmin 4. That would be cool, really cool. So do you think? I'm starting to believe that we got those announcements that are close or are not big enough for a Nintendo Direct in the week that just was, and in this week we'll get a Nintendo Direct that is actually packed with the things we want to hear about, that being the big games of 2019 and surprises that we don't know about currently, because Nintendo Directs are pretty much E3s. For Nintendo, the presentation format is pretty much the same. Well, the reveals are maybe not as big, but they are still definitely there. So what do you think? Do you think that Nintendo has deliberately gotten these smaller release date info drops and so on now just to clear everything away and make sure that the Direct will just be hit after another hit? Or do you think that we actually have to wait until March? Leave your response in the comment section down below, and of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it. And if you're new, do not miss any of our coverage of the possible Nintendo Direct, Nintendo Switch videos, upcoming Switch games, and also checking out our new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe review. Then make sure to subscribe to the Commonwealth Realm, press that shiny notification bell for all notifications, and of course, if you have the possibility, consider pledging a small amount to get access to our Patreon exclusive perks on patreon.com/commonrealm. Until the next video, guys, which will hopefully be the confirmation of the Nintendo Direct, this was Conrad of the Commonwealth Realm, and we will see you girls and guys soon.